hello. We're going to an optional Stormblood dungeon. The Temple of the Fist. This one actually hits kind of hard. It's kind of like the A Realm Reborn optional dungeons where it's like, oh yeah, it's just level 50 stuff, but it actually hits pretty hard. So even if you're going in here and you're doing like a level sync like down, the max like level sync is still kind of tricky. Look, there's a little temple pup. It's kind of cute. You see it over here and it runs up. So we're gonna follow it. I'm gonna grab these ones. It's like a family. And go over here to this moss barrier. I'm bringing all of it over here so we can all use our AoE move, because we're gonna have to take down this barrier anyway. So I try to stay close to it. Also, if you're moving your camera a lot, the barrier is literally a collider, so your camera will get pushed around with that. Okay, but here we've got this temple coral doing this charged whisker thing. So careful, we're standing around that. I noticed people were not moving, so kind of like my last guide, I was like, oh man, am I lagging out again? But then it came back, okay? So I didn't disconnect again. So it's all good. Okay, but yeah, so when the moss thingy explodes, it reveals the hidden passage. Okay, but then we also get these tiny little mosslings, so make sure to pick those up too. We go up the staircase. I'm grabbing everything. If you are new tank, new healer, you know, kind of fresh, and you want to take it slow, just take it slow. It's a lot. It might not look like a lot if you're used to doing wall to wall, but it actually is a lot. Because like I said from at the beginning, like this dungeon kind of hits pretty hard as an optional dungeon. Okay. Also. There's some like stuff on the ground. Might be hard to see, but here, this kind of splattering thing over there. If you end up stepping in it, like this person, they got this purple stuff down here. You get this thing. It just makes it so. I was like, why is he walking? And it's because he's got this stuff on him. So careful to not walk in that, or. If you do walk in it, just know that it's going to slow you down a bit. Okay, but there's a lot going on here, okay? So I got like everything. I pulled everything here, and I pulled it to this wall. So there's a lot of AoEs to dodge, about cone AoEs and things like that. Circle AoEs from the coral. I was doing my best to try to like maintain everything, but yeah. See, it's just a little too much. This was a good healer too. Like, I could tell the healer was good. It was just like, you kind of really need to be on your toes about stuff here. And so, yeah. It's not a, oh, we're just gonna go in and out situation. Like, you actually do have to pay attention to like your mitigations and keeping heals up and things like that. Also, not standing in AoEs. Also, yeah, watch out for these things, okay? That's what I meant. If you walk in this is the one that's gonna make you, like, walk slow. Oh, I died again. I think we all end up dying. Yeah, we all ended up dying here. It was just a bit much, okay? So, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We were chatting in the party chat down here about. So I was like, I could do smaller pools, and then we were kind of just talking about how like this dungeon in general might be a little more tricky. Wait. I was like, how come he stepped in that? But it looked like he was still running. Oh, he. Oh no, the other person is brown. Does it look like he's still walking? Does it do damage? The animation looked like he was still running, but that other person looked like they were walking. Okay, while we're finishing this, I'm gonna go look that up. What does resin do? Reducing movement speed. Yeah. It says sticky substance covers the body, reducing substance speed. Okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, okay, so here, grabbing everything again. And then watching out for AoEs. Remember to pick up the mosslings. And yeah, we're good here. We took care of most of the ones from before we wiped, so it was more manageable. Yeah, okay, so the healer was like, I said I could do smaller pools. The healer said it will probably only be necessary for this part of the temple, the fists, just be extra spicy. And I was like, alright. Okay, so this first boss. First shadow. I'm gonna turn the boss around. Per usual. See that little claw swipe? It's pounce. So that's gonna be our tank swipe. Okay, so radial blaster, radial indicating as a circle, and blaster is a blast, so you want to get out of that AoE. Okay. Ooh, see that? One person got hit with it. Who was that? VU, the monk. So, looks like if you get hit with that, you get this. And that, I believe, is a magic vulnerability or magic. Yeah, it's one of the magic ones. Vulnerable to magic. So when it does, it's like electricity attacks, those are gonna be considered magic, whereas the pounce is gonna be considered physical attack. Another quarrel. Seems rather angry. Okay, so there's another quarrel, so I want to pick that up. Okay, so they're both swiping at me. It's no big deal. Okay. At some point they're gonna jump and then do their moves, okay? So this one is doing the radio blaster, which is the circle one, and then the other one is doing wide blaster, and this one is a cone. So we want to dodge out of these shapes here. Here we go. We got a cone over here and we've got a circle over here. Ideally, you want to focus one down, so then you don't have to have another one to take care of. So we ended up taking care of this one, because its health was already pretty low, and then we switched. Apparently, when you kill one of them, the other one is going to end up doing this basic instinct thing. And so, just know that. Basic instinct is going to give you a damage up buff. Whoever's using it. So, the quarrel is the boss is the one that gets this. This is a blue mage spell that people use to get damage up too, by the way. Okay. Electric burst is going to be a raid wide, and it's electric, and so that's considered magic. And so if you have this debuff here, the magic vulnerability, more damage to magic, then you'll take a little bit more damage. Oh, they happen to lose it right in the nick of time. Okay. Okay, heat, lightning, we've got these target markers. Typically when you have target markers like that, you want to spread out. Okay, see, there we go. So we all took a hit of this thing. So just make sure you're spreading out so you're not overlapping with each other. Okay, boss jumped to the side and is doing wide blaster again. So it's a big cone AoE, so you want to get out of that. I kind of pull it, like, usually if like the enemies like jump to other places, I try not to move it too much, because then it means that the people who are like hanging out back there, like the monk back there, ends up having to walk a lot too. Since we were already over here, I decided to just stay here, but I did kind of move it forward just a little bit. And I do that just so that if there's some situation and they need more space to dodge stuff back here, they have more space. Okay, so I keep it relatively here, but you'll notice I move just a little bit forward a bit, just so there's a bit more space. It's just something that I've naturally gotten used to doing. Okay, electric burst would have been that raid wide again. Also, if you're not familiar with it, just because we're getting into higher level stuff, this sparkly thingy, these little star things, that's from the healer, the Astrologian. That's their move. Okay, so it's not a like big boss thing or anything. It's, well, unless you think Astrologians are big bosses, then yeah. But yeah, so that's from one of your party mates. It's not from the actual fight. Okay. So you'll be seeing those types of things. Maybe you have effects on. Alright, moving on. You see this? You see that thing punch out? You gotta watch out for those. They're gonna punch you. There's a telegraph on the ground though, so you can know when it's gonna, where and when it's gonna punch. Okay, so just, you take some hits, but it's not too big of a deal. So I'm gonna grab these and then move on forward. I remember thinking, should I do a big pull or just hang out? And I was like, oh, there's like a bunch over here. I'm just gonna stay here. But then they ended up coming over here. It's a lot, but they're kind of like these little ones, so I was like, maybe it's fine. But anyway, they're here, so I grabbed them. Watch out for these AoEs, cone AoEs. The bird does like huge raid wide PT dubs. Hear my AoE. It's like alright, watch out for the AoE. Alright. There's a treasure coffer here if you want it. There's also just random NPCs hanging out, doing stuff. Okay, watch out for these punching walls. The healer was like, I stand corrected, the Temple of the Fist is just extra spicy in general. Yeah, we're fighting these big statue things, so I'm kind of staying close to the wall here because these things are punching. There isn't really a good spot for this, and so I try to stay up against the wall as much as I can. And people have some space to dodge this way or dodge this way. And ranged people can just stay in this corner. Okay, big AoE there, watch out. There's a bit of this thing. See, this thing is hitting here, but when I was on this little ledge, I was fine. But I noticed this dude, wait, not this dude, this one, kind of having a hard time coming over here, so I was walking around. It is a whole thing, right? You do what you can. It's a hot mess corner. Whoa, this monk is still got their sprout icon, but they got some glowing weapon. I wonder if it's probably a relic weapon. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know too much about that stuff. Wait, I'm grabbing everything. I'm just going over here, grabbing all the their baby statues and then the big statues. Oh yeah, it even says cub. There's a treasure coffer here. Yeah, I'm gathering the family together. I was like, I think we're all on the same page now. We know that this place is a bit spicy, so I'm just gonna grab everything. It was fine. The healer, like I said, I knew the healer was good just by the way that they were playing, and also because they were communicating, so I wasn't too worried about stressing them. So, again, that's kind of stuff that you just pick up after you play for a long time. You get used to people's play styles and habits and things like that. Like, naturally, there are going to be some people who play a certain way, and there's enough people who play that way that, you know, you notice the pattern. That's what I mean. Okay, next boss. Okay. These little things, we're going to have to pay attention to them. You'll notice the one looks like a sun, okay, and then one looks like a moon. So I'm going to turn this. Ooh, that was a big move. That was a raid wide. Fourfold shear? Shear. I was gonna say shield. Shear? Okay, that is considered the tank buster. Fore and aft. So, if you're bad at directions like me, then this fight might be a little difficult. But fore means in the front, and aft, as in like after, so that's the back or behind. Front and back, before this and after this, is gonna get hit, okay? So if you want to dodge this, you want to go to the sides. There, so yeah, I went off to the sides. I was here and I went off to the side. And you can kind of see this slash. It goes like that. Okay. If you get hit with this, you take some damage and you get a damage down. Okay. This is kind of wide, right? This person's over here, this person's over here. One more time. So this is a tank buster. We got fore and aft. So before and after is the front and back. Stand to the side. You get knocked back a little bit if you get hit with it. That cardinal shift is a raid wide. Killer instinct. Okay. This one, it see this move? Alright, that's my cat. Oh my. Alright, sorry. Is directional parry. And so that means if you hit the boss on certain sides, you're gonna get knocked back with damage. So it happens pretty quickly. Let me see if I can catch it. Killer instinct, okay? Here we go. Like this. So it's on the sides and it's also in the front. So if you attack on the side, front, or even like this, it's gonna get parried back to you. And parry means like it goes back to you. What's the actual definition? Ward off. Yeah, it's like a counter move. So if I want to be able to hit the boss, I have to stand in the back. I have to be behind it. And so that's what I did. I went to the back so I could still hit it. You'll see later what happens if you hit the parry. I think somebody hits it later. Okay, fore and aft again. So that's the front stuff, so you want to go on the sides. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, this person was able to be safe. And I think, yeah, KS also was safe. So that's about how wide the thing is. You get a damage down and also a bonus life beats it up. Okay, moving on. Fourfold shield is going to be the tank buster. Okay, Hell Seal. We got some people with the sun marker. We got someone with the moon marker. Okay. If you don't notice it above your head, then you can also look at your buffs and debuffs. So my mine, yeah, so 3 of us got the sun. Here's my big one. And then we got one with the moon here. So when this is casting, you want to be moving towards yours. So I saw that 2 of the other sun ones were going to the sun, and since you know, I was making a guide, and also I didn't know what I was doing, I went to the moon just to see if it's the opposite. Oh, it's actually okay, because I wasn't standing in anything, and that's why I got hit. Okay. Also, I think the healer, the one with the moon, I ended up not standing in it in time. See, like, I went in and I left. Yeah, this thing was casted before the healer was able to get there, and so even though they happened to stand there in the moment, they didn't make it in time. And so if you don't do that correctly, these people did it right. They had the sun, and they went into the sun little talisman on the ground. And so if you have the moon, you want to go to a moon one. I wasn't standing in anything, so I got hit, and then I got my damage down and volume up, and then the healer just happened to get clipped at the last moment because they didn't make it in time. Okay, so you want to go to the one that yours is, not the opposite. You go to the same one. Okay, fore and aft. So this is boss relative, okay? So it's in the front, so before the boss, and aft, behind the boss, after the boss. Boss relative though, not stage relative. And so you want to go to the side of the boss. See, there. If you're in the front, you get hit. Okay. And this is also why like tank positioning is nice to help out with like stuff that's directional like that. Because like when I'm standing here, I'm gonna make sure that the boss is facing north so people will know that it's north. But because, you know, we were doing this mechanic, it happened to be facing the other way. Anyway, let's move on. Cardinal shift is the raid wide. Another raid wide. Tapas. Okay, we got AoEs to dodge. Oh, okay, here's the opposite one. Okay, so AoEs, that's pretty clear, right? You want to dodge all that stuff. Port and star is going to be the opposite of fore and aft. So port and star is going to be your side ones. But I think port is left. Direction. Yeah. Port is the left side, and star is the right side. Yeah, okay. Bro, I'm not... No! I got close this before I start reading all about why they named it that. Okay, but for the sake of just now, okay? When you see port and star, it's going to be the left and right side. And so you want to stand in the front or the back. The Wikipedia article is calling to me. Okay, so while that's happening, we're dodging all these AoEs. And I got hit with a bunch of stuff. That's fine. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. Okay, so topless goes off. We got AoEs dropping underneath us. We're walking around. Port and star, you want to stand in front or back because that one's the ones on the sides. And we got the raid wide. This is the tank buster. Fore and aft is the front and back. Remember, it's boss relative, okay? So you stay on the sides. Yeah. Raid wide. Killer instinct. This is the directional parry. Notice the healer over here, okay? So we got directional parry in the front, on the side, and in the back. And the healer... the healer is... just did a move. So I moved over here so that I could attack on this side. The healer did a move, and then there was that big whoosh, and that was the parry. It threw this stuff back at the healer. Okay, so the opening side is on this side. So I go to that side of the boss. And then, here we go. Healer got pushed back a bit. Took some damage. Okay. But outside of that, we've seen the mechanics. So 4.5 is the front and back, so you want to stand on the sides. Tricky. I know that port is on the left side because something to do with like the steering wheel or something. Okay, I'm gonna grab all this stuff and then the aesthetic's a little different. Yeah, we're going through here. Bruh, we're just doing ads, right? Can I read this then? For N star. Sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah. Well, if you see AoEs, deal with the AoEs, okay, guys? I'm gonna read this real quick. Okay, they definitely wanted specific nautical terms to avoid confusion because the ship could be facing any which direction. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, this, I'm pulling all this stuff, but then I was also like, man, it's gonna be too much. No, I'm just gonna do it because that last section was like fine. It's like no big deal. I was reading Wikipedia articles, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm not reading Wikipedia. I'm actually reading a government site now about ocean. Okay, at this point, actually, I see that there might be a little bit too much down there, and so I decided not to chance it. Watch out for this AoE. But then the coral looks like they're coming up. Also, the healer was standing there. I was like, should I go down there, dude? I don't know. Then my health was kind of going down, so I was like, nah, I'll just stay up here. Okay, I'm skim reading right now. Oh yeah, okay. These things are gonna do AoEs. So if they're drifting towards you, just be careful if they are gonna drop the AoEs near you. Whoa, 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 whoa! You see this? This is a big cat. You see this? Wow. Okay, so now we just fight this stuff. That down there is clearly the boss. Watch out for AoEs from these orbs, okay? Okay, something to do with the fact that sailors were right-handed. Okay. Oh! Okay, I'm reading from oceanservice.noaa.gov. Okay, we're also just, remember, like, dodge the AoEs, okay, these? Okay. This is from Old English. Sailors were right-handed, so they would call the right side of the boat the steering side, which soon became starboard by combining two Old English words, staor, I don't know how to pronounce this, and board, B-O-R-D, meaning side of the boat. Steering side of the boat, if that's what starboard means, dude, that hella makes sense. Wow, this is why I like, you know, digging into things, because now I'll remember it. I probably not, but I might have a better chance of remembering it, because now I know that star represents steer, and you steer on the right side of the boat because most people were right-handed back in the day, and these days, but still. Hold up. Bruh. We're long guides here, right? Hang on. As the size of the boat grew, so did the steering oar, making it much easier to tie up a boat to a dock on the side opposite the oar. The on opposite of the ore, okay, this side became known as larboard or loading side. Over time, larboard, too easily confused with starboard, was replaced with port. After all, this was the side that faced the port, allowing supplies to be port. Dude, the hell makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I recently did the Omega raids. Spoilers if you didn't do the Omega raids, but there's this one thingy that has like larboard and I don't remember the other name. Larboard and was it starboard? Larboard and something. Yeah, it's super confusing, like to say. And so changing. Okay, so it was larboard before to mean loading side, but that was too confusing for people, which to this day is confusing. And so they replaced it with port because that's the side that faces the port, and then allows stuff to be ported on board by the porters. So they just kept using the word port for that side anyway, so they call it the port side. Dude, the more you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's go. So I'm gonna turn the boss, okay? Spirit wave. What is this? Okay. Obviously it's a raid light. Okay. So there's this like twister thing I noticed after that. It looks like it goes on somebody because they're like directly in the middle. So I think you want to just run out of that if it's like on you. Okay, hurricane kick. We got this like 3/4 circle thing. Get out of that. Wow, this thing's just hanging out. So don't go in there. Touch of slaughter. What a name. Just a little bit of slaughter, you guys. Okay, so this person has it's kind of hard to see. I didn't see it while I was running it, but here, little target marker. The boss is gonna go rush over there, and wow, yeah, they take a lot of damage. Fortunately, it's the healers, so they can heal themselves, but that's a lot. It definitely was a touch of slaughter. Okay, here, it did like this little animation, and I saw this like huge dragon head show up, and so these. We got a few of them. So you gotta turn your camera and find the safe column and make sure you're standing there so you don't get hit with these dragon heads. I think they're dragon heads. Are they dragon heads? Well, they kind of look like dragon heads to me. Release my true power. Yeah. Are they not dragon heads? Maybe they're cat heads, and we've been seeing quarrels all over the place. Okay, Silent Roar. Huge AoE. Okay, let's get out of the way. Hang on. The wiki just says they're glowing white heads. They are technically white heads, but I don't know if they're dragons or corals or something else. Anyway, I'm a little distracted. Okay, so here we've got little orbs. You might have seen this mechanic in other fights, but these orbs, you want to soak them up so that you take damage up. As you take more, you get more damage ups, okay? If they reach the boss, then the boss will get damage ups. So this is why you want to be grabbing those for yourselves. Furious Fist. That will be like the big move. Taste the power of the quarrel. Yeah, see? This is considered the raid wide. So if you didn't collect basically all of those other ones, then that would have been stronger. Okay, Spirit Wave is going to be the little raid wide with the little twister thing on somebody. So just run out of it if you were the one targeted. Okay, we got these, I think they're cat heads, dude. I'm not sure, but these head things, make sure to get out of the way And then we also have this proximity marker. So I'm gonna move out of that. Working there. Okay, so now we know. You get wind burn if you stand in this wind thing for too long, and you get a bone stack. Okay, and if you get hit with the head, this is when I'm up here and everyone's in the back, I'm like, they can't see what I'm doing, right? It's like a mess up here. Okay, so if you get hit with the head, you get a mighty blow, and then you also get another bone stack. Okay. So you don't want to get hit with too low. This person got hit with one. See, I'm the tank, so you know I had to take a bit more damage, and it's fine. But this person got hit with one, and it took more than half their damage. Okay, or half their health. Silent Roar. All right, big AOE dodge. Touch of Slaughter. Okay, it's targeting this person. Oh, it's targeting the healer again. So they almost die, like before. Whoa, that was. I saw that was 4. The health went down to 4. See that? 4. That's so close. And then we got the 3/4 circle thingy, so you dodge that. Okay, and we got the limit break going on over here. It's cool. Oh, bruh. Okay, so it looks like if you get hit with the hurricane thing. Okay, the healer was here. I think they were trying to heal themselves. If you get hit with the hurricane thing, looks like you get stunned, and you also get knocked back, like the healer did. Unfortunately. They also died from that, but we also destroyed the boss at the same time, and so now we're in a cutscene, so it's all good. But it was kind of funny at the last moment, everything pulling together like that. Dude. Okay, this is what the head looks like. Those white head things that like went across the stage. Doesn't that look like a cat? I think they're a cat. Look at this cat. Okay. I got like 2 vaccine shots earlier this week, and I was knocked out for a while. Okay, so I think my energy is coming back, and that's why I'm a little more hyperactive. My ADHD is like, let me go, let me free. Anyway, okay. Also, I'm so close to finishing all the guys, I swear. It's a whole thing. It's hype. The patch 6.5 comes out tonight. Well, tonight until like tomorrow. So that's gonna be a big old thing. And then Stormblood will be free, part of the free trial. And also all of the like MSQ Stormblood stuff will be, you can play with NPCs and stuff. So they'll have finished that whole thing. So it's a whole thing. Okay, goodbye.